Bonjour à tous, bienvenue. Welcome to tutorial by Madame Carole. Aujourd'hui, on parle des deux verbes du troisième groupe. We're going to talk about two verbs from the third group of verbs. They are irregular and that they don't follow the same pattern as group one and group two. Although they do have a pattern in and of themselves. And the two verbs that we're going to be talking about are vouloir and pouvoir. Vouloir. Répétez. Vouloir. Vouloir en anglais, c'est to want. Je veux un chiot. I want a puppy. Ou nous voulons manger à la brasserie. And we want to eat at the bar and grill. C'est vouloir, to want. Écoutez et répétez. Je veux. Tu veux. Il veut. Elle veut. On veut. Nous voulons. Vous voulez. Ils veulent. Elles veulent. If we look at these conjugations, we'll notice that in our boot or in our shoe, notre chaussure, that there is one stem, and in nous and vous there is a different stem. So for nous and vous, we can see that our stem is voul, V-O-U-L, just like the infinitive vouloir, voulons, vouloir, voulez. However, in this boot, for je, tu, il, elle, on, il, elle pluriel, we can see that there is a separate stem, and it is a V, E, U, right? V. Once we get that E sound at the end, V, V, V. And for il, elle pluriel, we can see we have the same stem, V, E, U. We're still going to add that L, which is from our infinitive, vouloir, ils veulent, elles veulent. So we're still going to get that E sound afterwards. V, V, V. Veulent, veulent. But for nous and vous, you get that ou sound, just like the infinitive. Vouloir, nous voulons, vous voulez. Pouvoir, répétez. Pouvoir. Pouvoir en anglais, c'est to be able to, or the modal verb can. So, je peux faire du vélo. I can ride a bike, or I am able to ride a bike. Nous pouvons venir demain, right? We can come tomorrow. We are able to come tomorrow. Écoutez, répétez. Je peux. Tu peux. Il peut. Elle peut. On peut. Nous pouvons. Vous pouvez. Ils peuvent. Elles peuvent. And just like vouloir, we can see that for pouvoir in our boots or in our chaussures, we can see that the je, tu, il, elle, on, il, elle pluriel have a different stem than nous and vous. For nous and vous, our stem is just like the infinitive, pouvoir, pouvons. Pouvoir, pouvez. However, for our boots, we can see that our stem here is P, E, U, and then our ending. And for il, elle, we have P, E, U, V. Right? The V coming from pouvoir. So je peux, tu peux, il peut, elle peut, on peut, ils peuvent, elles peuvent. So again, we're going to get the sound because of the EU. Unlike nous and vous, which are going to be a ou sound. Nous pouvons, vous pouvez. Je peux, tu peux, ils peuvent, vous pouvez. Practical. So you can pause the video here and go through and write these in your notes, practicing vouloir and pouvoir. You notice that I've given you your verb in English here, so double check, make sure that you're using the correct verb, and then conjugate it correctly in the blank. So once you finish that, press play, and then we will go through the answers together. Alors, so let's go through these answers together. So numéro 1, our verb is to want. To want is vouloir, and we're going to conjugate it for the je form. So it's going to be Je veux aller au ciné ce soir. Yeah? Écoutez, répétez. Je veux aller au ciné ce soir. Je veux aller au ciné ce soir. Très bien. Numéro 2, to want. Again, we know that it is vouloir as the infinitive. And we're going to conjugate it for the new form, which is going to look just like the infinitive. Mes amis et moi, nous voulons réussir au contrôle. Yeah, right? We want to succeed. We want to pass our test. Nous voulons réussir au contrôle. Right? Toi, to be able, we know is pouvoir. And we're going to conjugate it for vous. So the stem is going to look just like the infinitive. Et vous, pouvez-vous faire du vélo? Right? Got, can, again, it is still going to be pouvoir. For Ahmed, Ahmed is il, and that is in the boot, so it's going to have the stem PEU. Ahmed peut parler français, espagnol et arabe. 5. To be able is pouvoir. Les élèves still in the boot, because it's the il, ILS, the il pluriel. We're going to have our PEU, but don't forget your V. Les élèves peuvent finir le projet demain. 6. To want is vouloir, and for nous, it's going to look just like the infinitive. Nous voulons visiter la Sorbonne et les deux magots. 7. Can, going to be pouvoir. For tu, peux-tu venir me voir demain? Et 8. To want, again, is going to be vouloir. Ses parents is il pluriel, ILS. Ses parents veulent qu'il soit à l'heure. Merci bien. I hope that this video helps you a little bit more your three conjugations of vouloir and pouvoir. Remember, for these group 3 verbs, we just have to memorize those forms. Study, 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 study. Merci beaucoup et au revoir.